Hey, welcome to Go Riding TV, the lifestyle of ATVing. Stops on today's tour include a visit to supernatural British Columbia for a close-up look at the great work and incredible trails of the Okanagan Trail Riders Association. The bus stops in the rain and our cameras capture a load of ladies from the Miss Teen Canada International pageant who are out for their first time ATV ride. From the shores of Nova Scotia, we introduce a very cool trailer which does double duty as a boat. For you sportsmen, this is a 2-in-1 rig that can carry your quad. And if you ride quads and sleds, you'll want to see this all-weather helmet. Keeping it fun, keeping it safe. Go Riding TV. It's all good, so let's roll. Go Riding is sponsored by Yamaha ATVs and Rhino. What kind of Yamaha are you? By G-Max Helmets, a perfect fit. There's a G-Max for everyone. And by Can-Am ATVs, the ultimate ride. With land all over Canada constantly being threatened or taken away from motorized recreation, a visit to the West Coast will offer inspiration to outdoor power sports clubs and enthusiasts coast to coast. The crew of Go Riding TV took a spin through the Bear Creek Motorized Recreation Area in British Columbia. This unique locale, located just west of Kelowna in the Okanagan Valley, is incredibly large at 90,000 acres and is developed to cater to power sports enthusiasts. Yes, for ATVers, side-by-siders, and motocross riders. This vast collection of trails is all yours thanks to the Okanagan Trail Riders Association, the group who manages, maintains, and is accountable for the trail's long-term sustainability.
Over the last decade, about 65% of the Okanagan Valley has been lost to motorized recreation, in other words, been closed off. So with that, this was one of the places the government has dedicated for motorized recreation, so it gets a lot of use. One of the big pressures we have is protecting resources. It's critical that we move from an unmanaged to a managed use, and the reason for that is that a lot of the trails that are user created are unsustainable, and they end up getting eroded, causing erosion issues, which leads to turbidity in creeks, which is obviously drinking water. The concept plan shows about 5 different staging camping type areas where people can go out. One of the big concepts is dispersing riders, so you don't get congestion and erosion, intense erosion in an area. By dispersing riders, you end up with a lot less impacts to the ground. To build a sustainable trail, there's a lot of engineering that goes into it, particularly when you get into steep slopes. There's banking corners to stop erosion. There's building in troughs into the trail so that you stop water from running down them and eroding them and having that erosion end up in the creeks and drinking water.
Not only is this area an amazing place to ride your bike, quad, or side-by-side, but it's also very welcoming as a great place to bring the family for a day on the trails. The Okanagan Trail Riders Association puts safety first and offers training activities for the young riders before they go out on the trails with their parents.
We have decided to include the little ones in the last couple of years, and we do sort of a fun riding event here where it kind of brushes up on their basic riding skills. They carry an egg, so they have to ride smooth, they have to stop at stations, so they're using their brakes, just basic things. And we figure if we start young with these guys, it'll carry through as they become adults and start taking ownership for the trails in the area.
We're seeing more and more families coming up and using the area now that we're developing some sustainable trails and trails that are consistent. We're getting lots and lots of families starting to come up and enjoy it, and we're getting people with quads and motorbikes, and just a real diversity of people getting back out here and enjoying what we've got to offer here at Bear Creek.
In addition to the great trails of the Bear Creek Motorized Recreation Area, you'll get spectacular views that you can only see in the Okanagan Valley.
The area is beautiful, the trails are great, the OTRAs worked really hard on all the trails, and it's really convenient. There's lots of pits and flat areas for little kids to ride.
We've just got spectacular country out here. 35,000 hectares of recreation area here, and you can see down the valley here the Okanagan Lake in the background, and I guess it's just about October and you can see the colors of the leaves turning in the background in the fall. It's just a great opportunity to get out and enjoy the backcountry.
Looking at the success of the Bear Creek Motorized Recreation Area, it is obvious that a huge congrats goes out to Ken and the Okanagan Trail Riders Association. Being great stewards of the land is a must, and the right approach to securing long-term use of Canada's great outdoors for our ATVing fun. For anyone visiting this region, you'll be sure to quickly understand why they refer to it as supernatural British Columbia. If you ride an ATV on trails without purchasing a member's trail pass, then ask yourself, who brushed those trails? Who built the bridges you crossed? Or who negotiated the land use agreement the trail runs across? Don't be a floater. Join a club. Buy your trail pass and support those who make ATVing possible. It's the right thing to do. You go, girls, when Go Riding returns.